Okay, welcome back to S.4.G. It is what it is opinion show. Okay, excuse the, I know it's a little dark where I'm at right now. I know I got a little catching up to do on the show. You know what I mean? Got a request to speak on King EARNER, speaking on BEANIE SIGEL as far as saying that, he was snitching. So, since I got the request, did a little research. You know what I mean? I checked out what King EARNER had to say. Then I see that he got a follow-up. He did a video, a recording of when he's talking to Beans about it. Beans saying that he was assassinating his character, and he was saying ain't no paperwork. There's no paperwork with him snitching. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what I got to say is this. You know what I mean? And I got to put it like this. I know at the end of the day, King EARNER, you know what I mean? When I met King EARNER a couple times or whatever, when I first met him, you know what I mean? Went to the studio, you know what I mean? With my man B from Most Hated, you know what I mean? So I know he's about, supporting the city. It was no lie, he knows that. It was like 20, 30 of us, you know what I mean? Spitting on camera, stuff like that. They was doing rap DVDs, recording artists and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I know he's not one to really want to bash anybody. You know what I mean? And at the same time, you know what I mean? Beans, he rolled my family. Beans busted up. So it's not about taking sides on this, but I'm going to say what is facts. For number one, I understand what King EARNER is saying. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when you hear something like that, it hurts to hear something like that when somebody does not represent that. When they say that they don't represent snitching and, don't snitch and, and they represent, a gangster image. You know what I mean? And then, everybody in Philly and everybody don't represent it. They may talk it, but they don't represent it. So with that being said, is that I'm going to speak for those that do represent no snitching. You know what I mean? I'm not going to glorify violence. If you watch my prior videos, you know what I mean? I had handled my business in the street. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I live by that. I didn't tell to this day we cool with each other. You know what I mean? We cool with each other. You know what I'm saying? We had our situation, you know what I mean, with that play, but to this day we cool. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You live and you learn, man. So I say that to say this, that, it's people that know that about me, that I can speak on that. I handle my business, ain't snitch, and did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So I understand how that feels. If you hear something like that about somebody, you know what I mean? Especially that you are listening to their music and believing their words. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I feel what Beans was saying, like, there's no paperwork to say that I was snitching. You know what I mean? So what I got to say is this. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? You can't be surprised. You can't be surprised. Like, you know what I mean? I understand, like I said, I understand King EARNER wanted to just, it is what it is. Because that's what he does with his show, snatching honor. You know what I mean? Oh, this person's honor is snatched. You know what I mean? I understand that. But at the end of the day, me, myself, I'm not surprised. Not saying that I know for a fact if Beans did that, I don't know that. Like you said, there's no paperwork. It's a lot of artists I heard that about, let alone artists. A lot of cats in the street I heard that about. But paperwork has to be presented in front of you. You have to have some paperwork, for real, because those are some deep allegations. You know what I mean? But the point I'm making is, me, myself, it would not surprise me hearing if somebody was snitching, because at the end of the day, everybody's not the same. They can say whatever they want to say. I don't care if you rap, whatever. Saying you live that life, whatever. Pressure bust pipes. When you in that room and that time is on your head and they telling you if you talk and you can walk, pressure bust pipes. Everybody's not the same. So it does not surprise me to hear if anybody's snitching. You know what I mean? I done been there. You know, facing an armed robbery that I did not do, that found out somebody did do it, you know what I'm saying? And I took it. I fought it, you know what I'm saying? And I took it. It is what it is. Got a record for something that I did not do. And that hurts me. Just the thought about it. You know what I mean? But because of who I am, I'm not into that. Any other cat would have went, yo, I know who it was, this and that, and had their record clean now. I live by those codes. So I understand King Earner, you know what I mean? And you know, I'm a firm believer in represent my city, you know what I mean? But a lot of people, you know, they feel as though, man, forget that. If you heard somebody snitching, let everybody know. You need to expose people on that because they don't play with that. Not only around the world, but in my city. Don't get me wrong. Nowadays, they be condoning a lot of stuff. They be knowing cats are snitching and still rock with them. But don't be surprised something go down and, you know what I mean? Now you wonder, oh, was it that person that was around me? But all I'm saying is at the end of the day, I don't know for a fact if that's true with Beans. I hope it's not. Like he said, there's no paperwork that can be presented. But all I got to say is it does not surprise me to hear if anybody snitches or rats. I don't care if you're a rapper, you're not a rapper. You claim you that gangster like got an gangster image. Pressure bust pipes. Everybody's not built the same. You know what I mean? Everybody's not built for that. Especially if they putting them crazy numbers on you or trying to give you an elbow. Everybody's not built to stand that. You know what I mean? Or everybody talking good until they're in that position. Now your life flashing before your eyes. You think about your woman, your kids, or whatever, just your freedom, period. Just being able to see a tree. The little things matter now. You know what I mean? But you cannot be surprised, man. You cannot be surprised at all. It does not surprise me if anybody is snitching out here because pressure busts pipes. People talk all this gangster life, all this good stuff, till them numbers is thrown at them. To them letters is thrown at them. And it's a whole nother world. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. But at the end of the day, like I said, paperwork has to be presented, though, man. Paperwork has to be presented. You know what I mean? If anybody says anybody's a snitch, you got to have that paperwork, man. You got to have that paperwork, man. Because hearsay is always hearsay unless it's presented in paper, in ink. You know what I mean? So that's a tough one right there, man. That's a tough one. I hope he really didn't. I hope Beans really didn't snitch. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, because I got love for the brother. Not only been supporting his music, but I got love for the brother. You know what I mean? For rocking with my family. You know what I mean? And we had a genuine conversation, busted up. You know? Other than that, at the same time, I understand King Earner. You know what I mean? But it just is what it is, man. Like, you know, paperwork got to be presented, man. Got to be presented, man. But y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. It is what it is, man. Make the hood rich.